Most salespeople stay broke because they don't actually sell. They explain. And if that's you, you're leaving way too much money on the table. Here's the problem. You're acting like a product tour guide. You are talking about the features. You're talking about the pricing. You're talking about all the different types of statistics. What you're not doing is you're not talking about the outcome. You're not talking about them. You're not building desire and letting their imagination roam about how much better their life is going to be as a result of your product or your leadership being injected into their world. If you're pitching logic, you're missing out on the emotion. If you're missing out on the emotion, you're missing out on a massive sales opportunity. Here are 3 different things that we're going to do to fix that on this call right now. The first step in the process that you're going to use in order to fix this is to focus on selling the problem and not the solution. And I'm going to say that one more time. Sell the problem, not the solution. Now, what I mean by that is the fact that 0% of your prospects wake up every single morning thinking about you or your product. They think about their problems. Let's spend time digging deeper on that. For example, if I know that a realtor, and I'm running a brokerage by the way, I know that if a realtor is working 80 hours a week and hasn't had a date night with his wife for 5 months, I might be asking the question, if this continues on, I know you mentioned, your marital satisfaction isn't that high. If this continues on, what's your relationship going to look like with your wife in 5 years? All of a sudden, they're starting to think about how if they don't come up with the resolution and they don't join your brand, more often than not, they're not going to have that marriage anymore. So focus on that specifically. Focus on the problem. The second step feeds directly from the first. What we want to do is we want to empower individuals and our prospects to come up with their own solutions by asking powerful questions. Because let's be honest, nobody likes being told what to do and nobody likes being sold to. So by asking great questions, you're able to help individuals get to where they need to go, bigger, better, faster, and more fun. An example of that question might be, what happens if we don't implement this system or model, regardless if you use my product? What does your world look like? That's the second step, is helping those individuals self-realize where they need to go. The third of many, many, many items that we could be going down right now is don't pitch. And I'm going to say that again. Do not pitch. And you're probably thinking, well, how the heck can I get them to sign with me if I'm not talking about myself or my product? And if we were looking at steps 1 or 2, you already realize that we're not selling our product. We're selling a problem. And what you're going to be doing right now when we're not pitching is we're going to be selling an outcome. We're never, ever, ever going to be talking about the features because, let's be honest, nobody cares about the actual features and all the little details about what your IT department's doing, etc. They care about, what is your product going to do for me? What outcomes is that going to have? That's what we're going to focus on right now. Guys, this is 3 of many items, and I've used these 3 items to recruit thousands of agents in the past couple of years. And believe it or not, I've never talked about the company. The recruiting conversations and the sales conversations have always been regarding their pain points. They've always been regarding the gaps that they have in their lives. And the way I've been able to sell is by creating such a massive gap that you could drive a semi-truck through it if you didn't even have a driver's license. That was a weird analogy, but it made sense in my head there. Regardless though, focus on selling the outcome and not the features. I hope you got value out of this. Let's friggin' go.